Welcome to the Weird Girls Club with Niamh
and Amy.
Now grab a cuppa
Or something stronger.
and let's get into it. We're back for another episode of the Weird Girls Club. That's basically just their thing now.
Yeah, and I always add in it. Podcast. As you would like say something.
Podcast.
But yeah, it's a new dawn.
It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Right, we're going to be copyrighted so bad. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Weird Girls Club. We are really tired. We are so tired right now. And I know it looks like a different format. We're actually recording off the laptop today because we were that tired. We didn't want to set the camera up. But yeah, so this is where we've come to, and we literally have coffee that's hours old. That was in the fridge.
Hours, because we've actually been having wine. We had some food, which was a bad choice.
Yeah, the food knocked us completely. But we were busy today. I have coffee on my lip. We were busy today. We were recording with
some guests for the future. So stay tuned. And actually, last week was our first ever episode with a guest.
I know.
We hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. Ryan was brilliant to have on, and we got a lot of nice messages off people saying Ryan was brilliant, and he had some really good answers that they weren't expecting. So it was
from the
very
questions.
refreshing. It was very refreshing. But yeah, so this episode we had a poll up on, or well, not even a poll, like a question box up on our Instagram stories, and we were asking about bad dating stories or online bad
crazy
dating
stories,
and we had quite a few stories from people, so we're not gonna go through all of them.
We'll do some. We might keep some for another episode. If you're listening now and you missed our post, send us them all. We're keeping them all for like other posts, other podcasts.
We're not with.
No, we can't talk today. So good luck to us reading out all these our messages.
I know. Sorry if we're like stuttering and like
stutter.
Did I stutter? If you know, please drop a comment if you know where that is from.
You know. And smash it.
So let's dive right in.
Yeah.
Before
let's get started. Do you want to go first? Want me to go first?
You go first.
Right. This one's.
And these are all anonymous, by the way, and we're going to stay that way because a lot of people stated when they told us the stories, like, oh, you are keeping these anonymous.
Right? And it's like, I don't mind you sharing the story, just don't say my name.
Yeah. But I can understand though. Like,
totally.
But thanks for sharing your stories. If anyone did share stories, we appreciate it.
So this one, I went on a date with this guy off Hinge, really good looking, and the date was in his house and he was cooking for me, so I thought I was onto a winner. When all of a sudden I hear him talking to another woman when he was in the kitchen, and next of all, this older lady storms out of the kitchen, throws her apron onto the table. Long story short, the fella was an absolute shit talker and had his ma in the kitchen cooking the food and started arguing with her because the mains weren't ready when he told me they were. The argument got so heated, his ma handed me stuff, coat bag, the law, and said it was time for me to go. LOL, I blocked him the next day.
Oh my god. What a mammy's
Imagine
boy.
Someone's ma being on your date.
Hold on, did you say the ma handed her the coat bag, or?
So basically what I'm getting from it, she could hear like some talk and maybe a bit of arguing, whatever, in the kitchen. Then next of all, door flings open, this older woman who she didn't know was there because she thought he was in the kitchen cooking. I imagine they like had starters were chatting. He's like, oh, the mains are ready now, I'm going to get some, they're cooking, blah blah, whatever it was, lasagna, chips. Oh yeah, I'd love that now. But then this older lady, obviously his ma, I don't know how she knows it was ma, obviously assuming from the argument, whatever, storms out, just flings the apron. Who fucking wears an apron? Sorry. But anyways, flings the apron, and then it's just basically they were arguing so much, then I think your one was like, right, you just get the fuck out of my house. Because she was like, she handed her a
nice, like cooking them dinner, and then the young fella's going and go mad.
Like, why would you do that for your son? Like,
sorry, why wouldn't you just bring her out for a fucking meal, like?
Yeah. Well, maybe it was like COVID times, nowhere was open.
Shouldn't be mixing households and anyway.
Crazy.
That is a bit weird though.
Like, imagine someone like going on a date with someone and their ma being there. Like, full stop, that's like weird, extra level, like first date.
That's a bit like, yeah, it's a bit much, yeah.
But let alone then the unflip being like, oh yeah, I'm cooking this 3-course meal.
So he's a bullshit from the beginning, like
I'm like so established, me, we're in my house cooking your food, fine dining. Sorry, no, but
and
Ma's slaving away in the kitchen.
Poor Ma's like sweating. What a little late.
Probably had to been in work all day. Hadn't even sit down, put her feet up. He probably forgot to even take the bleeding chicken out of the freezer, and that's why she was going mad.
Oh my god. She's probably like, my bunions, my heels, my feet kill me, but
no, that was crazy. Would you block him?
Yeah. First of all, if you start a relationship off with lies, it's going to continue with lies,
and that's a fact, brother.
Well, I'm out of the dating game like 10 years now, so I am out of loop. But I love hearing all these stories.
They're so entertaining. Like, I'm sorry, but
so this one was actually a voice note, so I had to. I was being lazy and I had to try to convert it with
you should see what she was doing.
I was trying to convert it with like an audio app to text, so if I say a few words wrong or I stutter, it's just because the audio app didn't translate them correctly, because some of this is I can see already is really, really wrong. But anyway, we'll jump in. So this young one was seeing a fella for like months and she really, really liked him, and he really liked, so hold on, pause there 2 seconds, because it's a voice note. Because it's a voice note, it will say like I really liked him. It's in So that's just why I'm reading it, pretending I'm this young one telling you the story, but I'm not this young one. Right. So I was seeing this fella for like months and I really, really liked him, and he really, really liked me. He used to like drop me to the airport when I had to go to England for work. Like, it was really cute. Sorry, I had to interrupt here again. It's because of like the like the audio thing picked up. Not the way Irish people say like a lot.
Especially in a voice note.
So he used to drop her to England, to the airport when she used to have to go to England for work, and like he'd book tickets. I'm just trying to summarize this. He used to book tickets for like the cinema and all the night before, and they used to go out with each other, and they really liked each other. And they were about 10 dates in, and he still hadn't like tried to have sex with her or dropped a hand or nothing. And just let me go down here. I haven't got my glasses on. And she'd been seeing him for weeks and he hasn't even tried to drop the hand. She said, sorry, this is very TMI, but I'm just telling you the full story.
We're okay.
But she goes, I couldn't say it to him because she didn't want him to feel uncomfortable and didn't want to like make it feel awkward, like yeah, but he would wine and dine her and he would text her all the time, and it was lovely. So they really liked each other, they were getting on, but he still hadn't like tried out, and 10 dates in, not even dropping a hand, like nothing. And then her friend that was still in the closet at the time, so our friend that hadn't come out, was gay yet, was talking to her and said he actually used to Snapchat him all the time, even if they were out with each other. So he'd be sending the fella she was dating was sending her friend, who was a fella, like Snapchats and all, like all the time. And like he'd send her photos of like a cocktail with like no caption or anything. And they said, really long story short, I think he was actually in the closet, even though he didn't come across as a gay. But my gay friend, and it was like he was using me to get to me gay friend. So that's why he was Snapchatting, like being like, I'm out, like, and no caption, like.
He probably like wanted him to be like, oh, where is that? I'll come out, like, thinking the friend had like joined him or something.
Yeah, so he was only using this girl to get to the friend. And then she was like, so when the fella she was seeing kind of realised she was onto him, because she started like questioning it a little bit, he started getting like really overly like sexual and like kind of going full in. And she would be like, oh, I'm gonna show you a good time, and like all that kind of stuff. I'm not going into the full like details.
Not like you from top to
she's like, we're not seeing each other anymore, and there's something weird. She was like, there's something weird going on and I'm not even getting into it. She said to him, I think we should just be friends. And still to this day, he talks to her friends to this day.
So the guy she was dating talks to her gay friend, like other guy friend.
And he just so the guy she was dating just say to her friend, like, because he's in Australia now, apparently, like, oh, I'm going to fly to Australia and see you. And I was like, imagine.
So he's definitely into the friend.
Yeah, but
it's sad that you feel that he can't come out. Maybe he's out now.
Maybe he is out now. Like, I'm assuming he is out. He's like, I'm going to fly to Australia to you.
Yeah. It's sad that he felt he couldn't come out, but everybody has their own time.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
But that's still crazy to like think that someone
we are
is-
using someone, like, that's like bad. So imagine,
Yeah.
like, imagine this. He said to him, imagine this young one,
I
like,
knew you said
was
it.
head over heels, like, oh my god, I can see myself marrying this fella.
Well,
Like,
she, like I mean,
and
we had to
then-
start like touchy feely, and our like she probably would have because she clearly said that she liked them.
yeah, and she was like, oh, it's weird. Like, he hasn't even tried that, and like, he hasn't tried sex, he hasn't tried dropping a hand. Like, no.
Yeah, because then you
This is
start
not for
thinking,
under
like,
18s or under 16s, like, by the way.
10 minutes in and we're letting you know.
Yeah.
But that's where, like, because then you start thinking like, oh god, is there something wrong with me? Just, you know, like Maisie sleeping with other people. Like they're the type of things that then go through your head.
Yeah, because then you're thinking, like, is there something wrong with me? Like, is it just that, like, is there something, like, wrong with me? Like, that,
Yeah.
because that's what girls think, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. God.
That's mad, though.
Right. So this one was also a voice note, but I'm pretty sure I remember it. So I'm gonna try
Because
freestyle
we did
because I
get a
actually
lot, we
forgot to
got
write
a lot
down.
of voice notes because people aren't arsed, and I'd be
Yeah.
saying people aren't arsed typing stories, so we had to try either remember them or,
Yeah.
like, me being lazy
So-
and...
So
get the
this
audio
one
converter.
is obviously anonymous as well. Hold on, me drinks repeating on me.
She's having a mare this night.
I just can't drink drinks. They just always repeat on me. Excuse
Oh,
me.
here's a top tip.
Wait.
If you need to belch, put your hands up in the air. Amy had
Oh,
me
yeah.
doing this earlier and actually just work.
Put your hands in the air
Like you just don't care.
Ew, ew. But anyways, right. So this one came in voice note. So I'm pretty sure I remember the whole thing. This fella went out to another fella he was texting, and he actually met up with him and his husband. So
Hold on. This fella's married.
the fella who sent the story isn't married. He went out to a married couple.
Oh, okay.
Apparently it's a thing, but each to their own. So he went
Sure.
out to this couple, met up with them. I think sorry, shit, I need to start again. I messed up. I missed the start of it. This person was out one night in a club, and he'd been texting this fella on like Grindr or something like that, one of the dating websites. Jesus, I sound so old. One of them sites. But
One of them
anyways, he was
sites.
out and he was having a few drinks, and he was like, no, I'm not in the mood. Like, I'm out with my friends. Then night went on, got a bit drunk, and they're like, oh, we have some weed here. We have like, come chill. So he was like, all right, off I pop. I'll be there. So he showed up to the house. It was the married couple that was there. And he said he felt real weird, but like the two of them were so open to like a three-way situation that he was like, right, okay, like I'm a bit drunk, started smoking some weed, chilling out. So then he starts kissing the fella he was texting, and then the other husband joins in. So they're having a little three-way kissy poo. Yeah, cute. Okay. Then the husband who he wasn't texting starts being like, oh, like if you two want to have sex, that's fine. It's like, go for it. Don't be thinking about me. Don't be worrying about me. I'm fine.
I'm just happy to sit here and look.
Yeah. And he's like, go for it. Like, and the fella who sent in the message was like, I'm okay for now. Like, do you want to join in? Like was trying to get the other person involved because they were like, I feel a bit weird with them just there looking at me. So they kind of stopped. They had like, a few more drinks, and the third husband, basically the third whale, kind of went off, like kind of like was in a bit of a weird mood, went off. The two of them started the fella that sent the message and the husband started kissing again. We're getting a bit touchy feely, squeezing the cheeks and all that. The other, while they were kissing, they stopped kissing and noticed the husband was back. The second husband was back in the room looking at him. He was like, no, don't stop, don't mind me. Like, I'm fine, keep going. If you want to like do oral, that's fine. If you want to have sex. So the fella was just like, well, do you want to join? Like, what? Like, why are you sitting there? Like, do you want to join in? And it just said it kept getting totally weird, and he kept getting real uncomfortable because it was like the other husband wanted to watch but was also really pissed off that was happening. So he was just
so
like,
it was like as if like they thought it was going to be a big argument after it. Like,
yeah. So he was just like, do you know what? This is actually getting a bit weird. I think I'm gone ahead. Thanks for the weed. Thanks for the drinks. Sayonara, bitch.
Like, each to their own. Like, I know everyone, married couples, they all have their own sexual preferences or whatever. We're not shaming
But I
that.
think you need
It's
to
just
be
the fact
fully
that
into
someone
it.
was that honest and sent us this voice note. A fucking voice note. Like, I applaud you. Like, if you're going to be that honest, like, I love it. I'm all down for it. Like,
but like, I think like in that situation, why would you agree to kind of like that type of situation if you weren't fully comfortable with it?
yeah.
Like the other husband that's like,
because he
you
was like,
do
oh my
it,
God,
I'll watch it.
it's actually happening. Like, I don't know if I'm into it.
Yeah. I suppose he probably felt pressure as well from the other like one husband felt pressure from the other husband to be like obviously I feel like in them types of situations, the person who suggests it is always more into it than the other. Like, if there's a couple and they want, like a married couple and they want to have a threesome or they want to have an open relationship, the one who like suggests it is always the one that like wants it that bit more, and the other person's just kind of like, okay, I'll go along with it because like I love you.
I want you to be happy. Like,
yeah, that's I don't know what I do in that situation. Like, imagine rocking up to someone's house and they're like, right, well, my husband's just here, or my wife.
That's so weird.
Like, I'm fine.
And if you didn't know, it would be weird. But if you knew and you were like, oh no, they're all. See, do you take their word for it?
Yeah, like
do you be like, oh, like this is grand, like I was only rubbing my husband's feet in his bed last night and now I'm burning the bollocks off you, like. But you know what I mean? Like, do you take his word for it? Like, oh no, my husband knows, like he's fully aware, like it's fine. Like, if that was me and if it was me in that situation, I would not believe them.
Me
like,
either.
oh, my wife is completely fine with it, like.
Oh, I wouldn't either. I'd want like a contract from the wife. No,
I
wouldn't even know.
No, I wouldn't be into it. I'd never sleep with a married man.
No, me either. Unless you didn't know in the moment.
Yeah, like if you, don't know, it's not your fault. But if I did know, I'm not gonna be like, okay.
Yeah, like,
let's
that's
go.
fine.
Get your shoes off. Let's go.
Yeah, just my type. No, sorry. Sayonara.
Just my type.
Don't get married if you're not into the married life. Like.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. If there's like, if you are both married and you are into an open relationship, that's everyone to their own. There's no shame. But I don't believe in cheating. If you're not happy, leave the relationship. Like, it's as simple as that.
Yeah,
and
that was a crazy one, and I feel like I didn't do it justice because I thought I remembered it, and then as I was saying it, I was like remembering more things.
I wish we could have just played the voice notes.
We should try get one of them voice changer things.
Oh yeah, we should have. Next time we'll do these again
because we have big budgets.
This is another story, but I kind of remember it. It's pretty long.
Well, that's because you recorded it again.
Well, that's because I was recording it again. Because I was not going to get a piece of paper and pen and write this down. No. So, this girl used to be a waitress here in Toronto, and the way I said Toronto. This girl used to be a waitress here in Toronto, and she was obviously waiting on this section, and her ma and her sister she was serving them in her section as well. And there was another table there, and there was a fella with, like, I think he was with like his dad or whoever else he was with, but his dad was definitely there with him. And this fella kept saying, like, oh, can I have your number? And the waitress, I'll just call her the waitress, so the waitress won't tell me, sorry. So the waitress was like, no, like, and all. And she said he was good looking, like, he was really nice, like, he was real charismatic, real confident, like, she loved how he carried himself, whatever. And
wasn't he sending like drinks over to our man?
Yeah, he
was
sending like drinks over to like the man, the sister, like buying them drinks and all. And she said he was so lovely, so nice, like. And then he was hounding her and all. And then the dad was like, give me your number, blah blah blah. And then she came back to the section or whatever, and there's a girl sitting with them that just came in, like, and was with the fella who was like asking her for her number, which his name was Dom, if you're listening.
Dirty Dom.
That's gonna stick. And she was like, what the fuck, like, you have to be, like, I don't know if I don't think she said it from what I'm taking from it, but the dad was like, who's this girl? Because I think they were
just totally got the character there. Sorry, I wasn't expecting it.
I think they were like Canadian, Italian.
They were. Well,
and the dad was like, who's this broad? We don't want this broad, we want the waitress. I'm probably not doing the accent justice to the voice now because she was doing it brilliant. And she was like, no, and all. And she was like, yeah, well, we didn't know you were going to be the waitress. Like, give me your number or whatever. And I think then the fella Dom gave the waitress's ma his number. I said, oh, can you give her my number? So they ended up going on, like, I think she said they went on like a few dates and all, and then one night they were out, and the only reason it stopped was because he had, like, she noticed he was in like a low-cut, like, Hawaiian, like, short, and he had like real dark, like, curly, like, thick chest hair, and she was like, I know this is like so stupid and all, but like she was like, it just revolted me, like it just turned me off him. And yeah, she never heard. Oh, and then he used to come to our job, so
because she called it off with him, and then
so she called it off, and then he used to come to her section in the job with like older women, like women that would be in their 40s and like leather leggings and all. And she was like texting me like, stop coming to me job, like this is fucking weird, like stop coming, like I don't care, I'm not interested, you're not making me jealous. Like she's like, I'm over it. So yeah, that was another weird story. But yeah, she didn't like him because of his chest hair.
She broke out the ick. I'm poor imagine like, do you know, like a real pervy character from a movie, and they have like the little mustache. Do you know that episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Jake and I can't think who else it is, but they dress up as like pervs, creepy pervs. Oh my god, what? I thought I literally only watched it. Oh, Jake and Holt's husband, when they're in like the safe house, they go to the library because they've been in the safe house for a month, and they dress up as creepy pervs to try not get like recognised. And I'm just imagining with like his short tucked into like some beige khakis, his chest hair out, maybe a little gold chain, a mustache, and like glasses kind of like mine but tinted. Next one just takes out the cigar and is like, hey, wait,
like we're like Miami looking, like we're Miami boys.
The curly hair, oh, it gives me shivers.
That wouldn't turn me off though.
No, she just shave it while they're sleeping.
Like chest hair, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I don't think it'd turn me off if I'd have been that invested, like, in going on a couple of dates. I don't necessarily like. No, I don't know. I could in the moment feel the exact way she felt and be like,
yeah, you just don't know. Like she could just been like, oh no.
Yeah,
like, no.
Because there was probably something back the head. It's like there's something not something not there, and then when that happened, she's like, "See you later, alligator."
She was probably like, "Oh, this was a real fucking sleazy look or something."
That's what I get. Like just real.
Because like it kind of started off sleazy, didn't it?
Yeah,
he was
definitely wasn't
at the restaurant with a different girl.
Yeah, I don't think it would have ended well. So get out while you notice the chest hair, anyways. Right. So this next one is. I met up with a fella in a bar, and his friend got stood up on his day. So met us in the bar about an hour into our day, which I thought was weird, but I didn't say anything. The night went on, and I noticed they were ordering more and more drink and shots and all, which they thought I was drinking, but I was just sliding it down the bar anyways on the sly. By the end of the night, they kept talking about how much they'd love to have a threesome and how it was top of their bucket list and how they've been best friends for years and blah blah blah. I was like, what the fuck? And I said I was going to the bathroom, but really just ditched them. Fuck that.
Who were these two to him?
What?
I'm lost.
Were you listening?
I was, but I didn't get the very, very beginning.
So this is a girl. This girl went and met up with a fella in a bar. So she went on a first date with someone. The fella she was on the date with, his friend was on a date somewhere else, like she doesn't know the situation, but he got stood up, so he just joined them on their date in the bar, which she thought was weird but didn't say anything. She's like, alright, fuck it, whatever. But there was more to our message, but I kept it short there. So basically they were then in, like, getting locked, having shots and everything. She was having her drinks but was sliding like the extras down the bar, because she was obviously getting a bit freaked out too. Hopefully it's like flooding our drink. And then they kept talking about how they'd love to have a threesome. So she did also, because she messaged us, she didn't write in the question box, it was too long, but she goes, part of me thinks there was never like a stood up date and that they were just trying to have a threesome with a drunk girl.
That's weird. That's just taking advantage completely.
Obviously we can't say that's what they were going to do because we don't know.
Yeah. But that's what comes across as.
Yeah, and especially then like picking up, like I get with your friend, the lads, you're having more drinks. Obviously it's more of a shot kind of situation. But not if you're on a date with someone like...
Read the room.
Yeah.
Read the room.
But I'm glad she was wise enough to not just down the shots, you know, like in the moment. Oh yeah, like... Yeah. You know, like sometimes you...
At least she was well aware, like...
She was well guarded, and girls, unfortunately, that's what you have to do in this society. It's a lot
have eyes in the back of your head, side of your head.
But I'm glad she was wise.
Wasn't there another story about someone with going running barefoot?
Oh my god, yeah, there was another one. I didn't write it down because I remember it. So this person was messaging someone online as well, and they met up with this fella for going on a date, and it was to go on a run or a jog or something like that. But your man showed up. Barefoot, no shoes, no socks, nothing, because he was a barefoot runner.
That's so weird. That is weird.
Who enjoys running barefoot? Like,
Imagine running on a rock. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, even
Or like a
thinking
piece of glass, piece of dog shit. Like
even the thought of stepping on a plug, like, or a bit of Lego. Like, imagine
Lego?
a rock. I even
Oh.
hate walking down. You know the bit at the beach where it's all cobbly,
yeah.
and you're like, oh.
Like,
I
that
hate
just sounds uncomfortable. I don't get how someone can enjoy that.
You must have.
Oh my god, there's actually loads of people here like that go around and don't wear shoes because they want to feel connected to the earth. Michelle was telling me about this because we were walking somewhere when I first got here, and then we saw someone in their bare feet. Now, they were normal. Do you know what I mean? There's like loads of crazies over here. They were normal. She was telling me there was a name for them. So there actually is quite a few people here in Toronto.
Barefoot walkers.
Are they really?
No.
No, but apparently there's this thing, like, I don't want to say like a spiritual thing, like there's a thing with that here. I actually totally forgot about it till we were talking about this. But imagine, but yeah, she never met with one again. Like that's
Yeah, that's a bit. You'd be just like, why?
Yeah, like,
what are you getting
why?
out of it? Like, he must the skin on his feet must be rock solid, like rock solid. Imagine trying to do acupuncture in the bottom of his feet.
I hope,
be snapping the knees.
I hope he gets like pedicures and stuff.
Shouldn't describe his feet.
No.
So maybe she didn't want us to get sick. I don't like feet anyway. So
Oh, I fucking hate feet.
feet are rotten. I'd rather have stumps.
I wonder what I'm dying to know what he's wearing. Do you know what I'm picturing him in? I'm picturing him in like, do you know, like men's leggings.
Yeah,
Like almost like a full diving suit, like
oh shit! I could picture him in leggings, Lululemon leggings, and you know the little shorts. That
Oh, I was just about to say that, like little booty ones, but they're not to the tight fitting. They're almost
they're like the little loosey baggy ones, and then I can picture him in like a loose like tank top, man's like gym tank top. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like imagine
maybe a little fanny pack.
He
for his
probably
phone.
literally looked like something off 11A50. You know the tune, and he wear the
the
sweatbands around the
sweatbands?
head, yeah,
Oh my god!
and the wrists.
And he had little dumbbells, 5 kilos each.
What's the song for 11A50?
11,850.
You're just making it up.
I don't know. Oh my god!
What's the song for 11A50? Remember when you used to ring 11A50? I'm mad, nearly punched the head off it.
What were they for again?
It was like if you were
They
looking
put
for
you
a
through
number.
this. Oh my god! Yeah, it was like the next best thing after Yellow Pages.
Yeah, but it was so expensive to ring. Used to cost you mad money to
Yeah, but we didn't have
11A50.
the internet to like Google a number for somewhere. So you used to ring them and be like, oh, can you put me through to the bleeding the
Eddie
sewing
Rockets.
person down on Corkshire or something? Like you'd have to give them the name, the place and the address.
What did people do before Google?
Ring 11,850 and before that they'd go through Yellow Pages.
Oh my god.
Or would
Oh,
they just
there
go
were
down
Yellow
to the location and ask to book up an appointment or
Oh,
something?
that's too much work.
Oh my god.
Imagine going all the way
remember
down and not even being open.
Do you ever remember them days where like you'd be looking for the number of the curry shop and you'd be going through your drawer of all the menus and you'd be like, and then you'd be like texting everyone now, or do you have the number to Emerald House or something?
A good Emerald
Oh
House.
my
Oh, Red Rice is
God.
massive.
I
Red
look,
Rice.
Emerald House is like scruffy, but you still eat it 'cause it's good. Occasionally you can get a dodgy one, but like
yeah, and when some people put a post in, I found this in me.
yeah, I found €2 on my train one.
Oh, stop. No, Ocean Garden.
Is that down at the docks?
No, Ocean
that's Crystal
Garden is
Bowl.
up across the road from Dashleaf.
Ah,
It's unreal. Like, it's unreal. And Red Rice and Crumlin.
Red
He is
Rice
now, he
is
is
nice as
now.
well.
But Ocean
Yummy
Garden's
noodle
nicer.
box across from Sundrive Park. Oh,
Stop, that gave me gastroenteritis.
no, fab. I had it when I went home last
No,
year.
it actually gave me gastroenteritis. That's where I got it.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. Someone's big dick energy.
No, it sounds like someone's chainsaw coming in your fucking window.
They're all mad lads around here.
Can you hear that?
And what is
I'll
it?
be our bike is as big as. Keep it PG.
What is it? What? Oh my god. Oh, I was trying to think of the track line, but now it's too long.
Have we got any more stories?
Yeah, actually, I have one more. Well, not one more. I have like one that I can remember because I actually again didn't write it down because it was a voice note. Can he fuck off?
Will I show out the window?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Is it a bike or is it a BMW?
Here's a fucking flag. It's French flag. It's an Irish flag on the back of it.
Fuck off! Is it?
Green, white, and orange.
Yeah, young fella. Shut up. Young fella. Go breaker. Oh god.
Right, throw us into this last one.
Right, this. Oh, stop, my arm's itchy. So this last one, again, it was a voice note. I was meant to write these down in my notes, but I was busy, so I didn't do it. But this next one was another young fella who went out to an older man. I think he was in his like mid-40s. This young fella's like mid-20s, so about 20-year age gap. But he actually, I remember now, he didn't realise there was that big of an age gap. He thought he was like 30 to 35.
What age was he?
Well, he was like 45-ish, something like that, so like mad old. So he went out and he met him, and he got into his car, and they were on a drive and they were talking whatever. And he said your man kept getting like real sexual, like talking about things he'd want to do to him, things he'd like him to do to him, and all stuff like that. So then you were driving, and he was like, "Where are we going?" The fella that sent us voice, he was like, "Oh, where are we going?" He was like, "Oh, we're just going up to like Viewpoint," which if anyone knows. If people in Dublin will know what Viewpoint is, it's basically going up to the mountains and having a look out the view.
It's like the bit in Greece, you know what, they're at the drive-in movies and everyone's in the back of the cars.
No, not in the movies, when they're up in the mountain. Is it?
In Greece, they're never up in the mountain.
No, not in the mountain, but up on a hill and there's like 3 cars and you can see them like rocking in the background.
It's not in Greece.
It is.
It's not, they're in the drive-in movie.
Is it a drive-in movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the part, because it's not a drive-in movie, it's basically up the mountains. The Viewpoint.
No, I'm not saying the place, I'm saying what they do at the place. I'm saying, you know, the bit in Greece when they're all in the back of their cars at the drive-in movie.
Oh, I thought you were just saying the places like that. I was like, well, not really, it's the mountains.
Viewpoint is like you're looking out on like the Hollywood Hills, like it's like you're looking on the edge of a cliff, like.
Far from the Hollywood Hills you're looking at.
Is the Hollywood Hills, where is it, Dublin? Wicklow? Where Viewpoint is?
I don't even know. But anyways,
the sprinkling light.
Your man was driving up that way, and he kept talking about things he wanted to do to the young fellas, what he wanted the young fellas to do to him.
Hollywood Hills.
I know, I can't believe you compared it to that. The Hollywood signs replaced red epoxy bleeding red and white poles out in Sandymount.
Yeah. Aspire.
But yeah, so we were driving up there, and the young fella was like, what the fuck, like I cannot go up here, like how do I get home? So I think they stopped somewhere or whatever it was, but anyways, the young fella said he put on the performance of his life and deserves an Oscar because he pretended his ma rang him and he was talking to her and he was like giving her socks. Basically he said to your man, my ma's really sick, I need to go to the shop and get her painkillers, like can you turn around, we need to go back home, like my ma's not well at all. So they turn around, they go into a shop near where he lives, and your man's like, do you want me to wait for you? Will you go back out with me? He's like, no, I'm fine. Gets out of the car, like sprints out of the car into the shop and just blocked your man on everything and was freaked the fuck out.
I'd do the same.
Yeah, some dirty old man wanted to bring him to the mountains.
Nah.
There
is some, like, it's just when you're in the awkward situation, I think it always is worse than when you're trying to put it into words. It's how you feel in that moment.
Because like the thing is, right, you like say you're meeting up with someone, whatever, you jump into that car, they're gonna drive somewhere, whatever, but it's not until you're in that moment that you think, like, I'm actually in a car with a stranger. Yeah. And then you ask them where they're going, they tell you the fucking mountains.
Like, I watch way too much Law and Order SVU for this shit, like, and Forensic Files I was watching when I was like 5 years old on Discovery Channel. They used to be great. Forensic Files was like really, like, you'd see them on the labs, like getting the fingerprints and all.
Oh my god.
And on True Stories, like, that's embedded into my head, like, and it was always, here's a tip for you girls and boys, whoever's listening. If you ever feel like you're being kidnapped or you're gonna be murdered, take off as many pieces of jewellery, anything you can take off, and leave it, like drop it in the car. Because if they find the car, they'll know you've been there. They'll try chase you so they can pin your killer if you're brown bread.
Oh, that's really good.
So don't try to don't. And if you're on the phone and you're being attacked. So say I was on the phone to you and then someone burst into your condo apartment. I know it's easier said than done when you're in the moment because you
try to describe them.
Try shout like brown shoes, brown hair, black bag, like try to scream as much as you can, because then whoever's on the phone can try and remember what you were saying of a description. Yeah. As best you can.
Yeah, I think I saw that before. I think I saw it on Twitter, and there was another one that was like that if you get like physically attacked or whatever.
I think it was
to try Yeah, that actually was, I think.
Yeah.
But like try like dig your nails into them, because then you can get like DNA and stuff under your nails, and like don't clean it, or like obviously if something happens to you, sometimes you just want to clean off, get it all away. But if you have thought of like digging your nails into the person or whatever, or scratching them, or you remember scratching them, even getting the follicles out onto tissue and keeping the tissue. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I remember seeing this on Twitter, like someone put up a thing like their mouth was like a guard or forensic person. They're like, the actual DNA that you get from under your nails can last for like a week or something. That could be, like, I'm not sure about
if you're
the date,
ever
but
to be like attacked, the best thing to do is like call the police, and even like say like I've been attacked, because then they'll come and say if an ambulance comes with them, they'll bring you to the hospital and they'll get them out. Because the only thing is, if you take the follicles out from your nails, they can be like, well, you could have got that from anyone.
That's
like
true.
Prove that,
because we know there's a lot of like victim shaming.
Like, yeah, well, exactly. And then there's tampering of evidence, and then there is people that lie and try pin that are like men or whatever that are genuinely innocent, and women try to blame them as well. And if you have been attacked by this person, actually you want to like make sure the evidence you have gotten is actually going to work in court as well.
Well, yeah, that took a our little TED talk. Yeah, because like sometimes you don't think, like with the way the world's go now, like majority of people do some sort of like online dating, whether it's actually on like Tinder or Hinge, or it's just on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is. But you don't actually realize, like, because you could be talking to someone for months on Instagram, you could be following them for years, they could be a mutual friend with someone, like they follow 5 people, you follow, or whatever, 50 people, and you don't even realize, you just assume you know them because like they know someone from someone's inner circle.
But you don't know what that person's like one-on-one.
Like you just never know. So
a good
always
tip
better
as
to be
well,
safe than sorry.
Yeah, like a good tip as well is, say if you're in a car with someone they have to meet up with, keep your keys in your pocket, but the opposite pocket to what's nearest to them. So say they're driving, like you keep it in the opposite pocket, because if they were to try and attack you, you can always try get your arm furthest away and get your key in, like you can use it as a weapon. Like when I walk down the road, I have my keys in my hand between my fingers.
Isn't that crazy? That
like
as girls we have to do.
And I'm sure there is men as well that have to do it, like that are like timid, like not even timid, but just feel like like anyone in general, not even women, but the majority of women I do know who like, that's how we think. Like we wouldn't
like walking down with one earphone in,
a white van, a slidey doored van, if it's parked beside you, you're always going to think, well, I'm not going to go near that van, I'm going to get pulled into the back of it. Now in fairness, being chunky has its perks, because it's going to take more than one person to lift me into the back of that van, let me tell you. The fucking SWAT team.
Stop.
Like, yeah, eat cake.
Did I ever tell you the time about how I nearly got kidnapped in Spain with my cousin?
No. We have done 20 something episodes and you've never told me this story. Are you serious? Like, no, I'm buckling in now.
Right now, this is off topic.
Now, is this like a Madeleine McCann, or is this like you actually nearly got?
Well, I wasn't left in it. Well, actually, technically, we were left in it. But anyways, now I was like 14.
Right.
My cousin was 12. And we were away. We were actually away with my dad. It was just me, my dad, and my cousin. I brought us Casteltal. But anyways, we were in the apartment, and I think my dad went down to one of the bars that like we'd kind of gone to a couple of times to just get drink to bring back to the apartment. And he was gone for like a while, and we were like, what the fuck? But like we were just on our phones chilling out, whatever. And then we're like, right, I'm gonna go down, because like if we fall asleep, he's kind of no way in, and like it's getting late, we don't want him to wake us up. So we're like, oh, we'll walk down. Now when I say it's 2 minutes, like not even 2 minutes is this bar from the apartment. So we start walking down, and like that, like we're 12 and 14, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and saying like it's pitch black, like there's nobody around. So we walk down, and next of all, this van just drives by, and it pulls up like kind of outside the pub, but like across the road from it. And we had, let me actually try remember, let that pass by the fucking bin anyways, while I try remember now exactly what happened.
You need to get
today's summer walk by, today's your eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah, I know. This eye, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, but anyway,
your sight for sword eyes.
But anyways, we had walked down, and I think my cousin had walked ahead of me down to the pub, because it was like downstairs, almost like not a basement, but it was down steps. You know the way some places are like that in Spain. So it was down steps, and she was like, all the lights, like the door's not open, the lights are off. Like what? And I was like, what the fuck? Where the fuck's me dad? So she walked back up to me, and we were kind of like, you had to cross a road, and it turned. So we were kind of standing there, and we were heading back to the apartment, and that's when the van had pulled up. So we just kind of looked at each other, and a fella got out of the van, walked down to the bar where we were, walked back up, and started like, walked back to his van, had opened the back of it, and was like in the back of it, and we were like, do we run back to the apartment where we're going to be like on our own, or do we run back there? And then he started sorry, the laptop just like froze there.
I was like, huh?
He started then reversing up the road, because we were like, right, we'll go back to the apartment. We know, like, because we thought the bar was closed. We were like, right, my dad's had to go to a shop somewhere, like the bar was closed, whatever. So we started walking back to the apartment. So he'd got back in the van started reversing up the road, up the road it drove down, like where we were. So we noticed, and we were like, I don't know what came into our heads, but we just decided to turn around and run to the bar. I don't know what, like, why we didn't run to the apartment. I think we were just thought like, oh, because like, you know, like trying to get into the gate and then into the apartment and all these things with the key in the car. So we just ran, and we ran down the stairs to the bar, and then your man started like coming forward. We were like knocking on the door, we were like, hello dad, you there, like screaming, and they opened the door, and they're like, what the fuck, dude, like the door's open. My dad had gone to the bathroom, and the barman had just happened to be like filling something up or getting something around the back, so they weren't physically there. So when my cousin went down, she obviously couldn't see them for like that split second.
Oh right, yeah.
But and whatever way it was, I remember like, Jesus. It was like one of them, you know, the slidey doors you used to have in your garden.
Yeah.
Like that kind of, the lock mad word. And because there was no one else in the bar, your man had just like locked it. So when she tried to get in, it was locked. But then we went down, it was there. And then my dad came upstairs, and we're like, oh my god, there's actually been like a man with a van. Like,
man with a van.
We were telling them, and he went up, and the van just flew off.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's so, because you don't know if it was like sex trafficking.
That's what I'm saying. Like we would have been gonzo.
This is where Amy just vanishes.
Yeah.
I was never even here.
Because this was 5 years after Madeleine McCann.
Jesus, don't.
Do you know I was in Salou like a couple of months after she went missing?
Where's she gone missing?
Somewhere off Salou, like close by. Yeah.
Salou's not in Portugal, is it?
Well, there was pictures up of her everywhere saying missing. My man's like, don't fucking move. I'm only sure being handcuffed to our
You're not the fucking get in.
Where are you going? Toilet. I'm timing you.
Well, only right, like you'd be scared.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my story.
That was
how I nearly got kidnapped.
We do have more dating stories that we said we're just going to do like part 1, because we don't want to put too many in like one episode.
But we better organise next time, Zach.
Yeah.
Apologies.
And, well, I probably will do paper and pen next time and actually write them down if people send.
Yeah, because you think you remember them till you're saying it, and then you're like, because then you're also like, this story's fucking crazy.
Yeah, because I was trying to summarise it because it was so long. But no, we're going to do another part where it's like, we'll do more dating ones. The ones that we got.
So send us them on Instagram.
We did get some, and we still haven't read them, but we'll do it in like another part.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so I think we're going to wrap this episode up. We hope you enjoyed. It was fun. Some of them dating stories are so weird. Like, I know we have more there, so I'm actually excited.
I feel like we didn't even do them justice though either.
No, we didn't. I wish we could have had like, I wish if we had like a voice changing app, we could have just played the voice note.
Because it's funny hearing the person be like, oh my god, like I was like that, like their actual like personality come through on the voice note, and it's just like, no, that's
and they can do it justice more because like they give it emotion. Like we're literally just like reading or telling like how we are taking it.
Yeah. But please send us in some if you have some more. If you know someone that has a story, ask them to send it in. Just go to her Instagram at the Weird Girls Club.
Nothing's too much TMI.
No, we literally don't care. No judgment. No names will be said. Nothing like that. But
we had a lot of fun reading them and hearing the voice notes.
Yeah, so. Like when we first got them, we were like, oh my god, to see this one, see that one, and we didn't really do it justice because we're kind of tired. But the next one, bigger, better, and a lot more stories.
Yeah, so don't forget to put the belly thing on. I think you said like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you in next week's podcast. Maybe, we don't know what we're talking about yet, but we'll figure it out.
We'll see you when you see it.
Yeah, exactly. Bye.